Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the update 1.89 development server. So today we have a brand new Japanese aircraft, and yes, it is a twin-engined heavy fighter, as everyone was memeing about. People were making memes being like, oh, Japan is going to get a brand new heavy fighter, and they actually have, which is great. So this is a tier 4 5.3 BR vehicle, the J5N1, and you know what makes this special? It was part of those DeviantArt developer leaks about a month ago, which means that those leaks do actually hold some weight. So that means Air Crusader, all those Russian experimental jet aircraft, they seem quite a bit more likely now. But this aircraft, pretty decent. You have two 30mm cannons, two 20mm cannons, decent amount of ammo, only 60 rounds per gun on the 30mm, but then the 20mm do have quite a bit more ammunition. As a smaller caliber, the ammo is probably a lot lighter, so it can carry more. So here it is on the runway, decent looking aeroplane. I like the general design of it. I don't like the nose though. I feel like it dips down too much. Just from an aesthetics point of view, I don't like the nose design. But other than that, it is quite nice looking. The acceleration is, it's decent. It's kind of difficult for me to judge now, because after flying out the A2, the new American Tier 4 Premium, the acceleration on that is insane. So I fly anything else and I'm just like, the acceleration sucks. But the acceleration is actually fairly decent. Not sure whether this will be a high or low level fighter. I know in the leaks where this was shown, this did also have, this was the J5N1, there was also the J5N2, which also had upward facing guns, like the Schrage Musk system in a lot of German heavy fighters. So maybe we'll be getting that as an event vehicle, or just another vehicle in the tech tree down the line. So as you can see, the acceleration's not bad. You can climb up to an on-deck speed of around 300 miles an hour. I am accelerating to that, although I do slow down before I get to that speed. Now, this aircraft is not a carrier fighter. Many Japanese aircraft are, like the Mitsubishi Zero and many of those sort of aircraft, but this is explicitly a land-based aeroplane. But that does not mean you can't land it on an aircraft carrier, as I am about to demonstrate. Iron Armenian style, gonna land it on the Japanese carrier. Luckily, the Japanese carriers there, fairly long, big flat deck, not many obstructions, and this thing, the 30mm, first off, put off a lot of mass per second of fire, so that generally does help to slow you down quite a bit. And also, this thing surprisingly can actually fly quite slow. So as you're about to see, I'm able to land on the carrier. I'm not swerving all over the place to slow down, and I'm actually able to land with some space left on the deck and rearm. So this is showing that on those, obviously the Japanese get a lot of maps where, at least at the beginning of the game, you only have the carriers as an airfield, big open ocean maps. This will be useful because you can actually land it on the carrier. Of course, rather than having the gear down and landing it this way, if you want to play it really safe, you could just belly land the thing on the carrier and that would stop it much quicker. That would be a good thing to do. You could possibly go for that as an option. Although, me personally, you know, I think if you can do this, you might as well give it a go. So obviously firing the guns, stalling it out just above the carrier, touchdown, braking there, just using the, now that the 30s are out, using just the 20s to slow down that aircraft, and we stop right next to the tower with the Japanese carrier crew members taking a look and probably thinking, hey, that's not supposed to be here, but yep, we have landed on the carrier, and as you can see, we are now rearming. So now we're going to go take a look at how the guns do. So we've taken off from the carrier, we've got an air spawn, as it is not a naval aeroplane. You don't spawn on the carrier, spawn in the air. So we rearmed, flying up, and we have a bunch of these little dive bombers. So we're going to head over there, fire the guns. Now, of course, the 20mm, you have a lot of ammo to spare, you can afford to lose that ammunition. The 30s though, 60 rounds per gun. You do want to be careful, you want to be very sparing with that, and as you can see, I believe that was a 20. I think if the 30 hit it, it probably would have killed it, although I found these guns spark a lot. They're quite sparky, so yeah, you know, you'll see what I mean. I do fairly small bursts, so it might just be that, but as you can see, there we go, pilot snipe by the looks of it. His aircraft isn't ripped to pieces, so I presume that was a pilot snipe. So what I do now is use the flaps just to slow down, get behind the dive bomber, fire in, and it sparks. Good stuff, but it looks like I've damaged his oil as well, so it did do a bit of damage to the engine, and boom, there we go. Now that did a lot of damage. Bye-bye wing, fuel tank or engine on fire. I think that's a fairly substantial amount of damage, and only one more left to do, so I just sort of put the flaps down, pull out around just to get behind him, and just do a single pass, and there we go, both of his wings off, and that is bye-bye him. So there we go, the J5N1, just a quick look at it, Japanese heavy fighter. Not really, in terms of performance, anything special, Although what I would say is the thing that does make it a bit more significant to me personally is the fact that it was included in those leaks a few weeks back on DeviantArt from a dev, and now something from those leaks has actually appeared in the game working, fully functional. So I think that's more the significance for me. That does mean stuff like the F8 Crusader, all these other vehicles we saw, ones that did look quite nice, are likely going to come to the game, and since this is here now and the leaks are only a few weeks back, it does mean that most of these models are probably quite far along the development process and might come to the game very soon in the near future. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you do want to like the video, feel free to do so. If you did enjoy and you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be absolutely brilliant. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.